Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm faculty Amarachi from CapacityBay.org and I will be your instructor for today's class. In our previous class, we talked about HTML forms, and in this section, we'll be talking about HTML tables. Without further ado, let's dive right in. And just like the former lecture, we're just going to open up our VS Code. And for a start, I'm going to create a comment here where I'm going to be typing in some things that I don't want to show on the website. So HTML tables were actually created to provide a straightforward way for web authors to arrange data like text, images, links, and other tables in a form that will be easy for users to read and digest. When HTML was being developed, however, CSS was not widely supported in browsers, so tables were the primary means by which websites were built. They were used for positioning content as well as for building the overall layout of a page. Fortunately, we have come a long way since then, and today tables are used specifically for organizing data like they should be, and CSS is now free to get on with the jobs of positioning and layout. So building tables in HTML depends on the data and how it is to be displayed. The HTML tables are created using the table tag. You can see it. And this signifies that the information within this element will be displayed in tabular data form in the columns and rows. And once it is defined, the table rows will be added using the tr function. This is for the rows. A table actually may have numerous table rows, these tr elements, depending on the amount of information that is to be displayed. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. So whatever information we are going to be displayed will be in the middle of this. So please, I would want us to note this. In table, we actually reason in terms of rows, which means we add rows into a table, not columns. We will now define these columns inside a row. And just to recap, this is how you create your table, and inside the table we have the tr, which now stands for the rows. So inside this tr, that is where we will now define our columns. The next thing we'll be talking about right now is the table data. The table data. And once a table is defined and rows within that table have been set up, data cells may now be added via the table data. And the table data is defined with the TD. We call it the TD. So the TD element is basically what we use to add columns in a table rows. And listing multiple elements one after the other in this tr element will create more columns within a table row. So we are going to practicalize that. So now we have our first TD. So inside this first TD, I'm going to type out our first list. The first thing we want to be on the column. So you can just use this to create as many lists as possible. So this is our first. So I'm going to create another second TD. You can duplicate this up to 4 times. So this is what we have. Our first column, we have HTML handbook. This is what we have. So let's view that on our browser. Remember, you save this, go where you've saved it, double tap it, and then it opens. But I have it running already here. So this is what we have. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this so we can have so we have another column created on our second rows. So this is what we are going to have. So let's view that again, and this is what we have on our web page. So going back here, I'm just going to stop on these two. So but you can actually decide to create a third one or even a fourth one. All of them will be inside the row, that is the TR. Or let's just go ahead and duplicate it again. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it here. So we should just have 3. Since we have 3 rows, let's just complete it. So let's view it also. You can see. So this is our tables. Our table is coming out little by little. So the next thing I'm going to talk about right now is the table header. The table header is actually used to designate a heading for a column or a rows. The table header can be defined using the TH tag. It can be defined using the TH. Let me write it here. That is the TH tag. That is how we define the table header. The TH actually works just like the TD elements in that it creates a cell for data. The only difference is that the TD tags signifies that the data within the cell is a heading. Sorry, not the TD. We are talking about the TH now. It actually says that whatever is inside it is a heading. It serves as the name of what we are doing. One of the attributes that the TH tag has is known as the scope. And the scope attribute can be used to identify what a table header relates to. Whether the table is applying to a column, whether it's applying to a row, whether it's applying to a core group or a row group values. The most commonly used is the core value and the row value. The core value indicates that every cell within the column relates directly to that table header, and the row value indicates that every cell within the row relates directly to that table header. So let's just go ahead and demonstrate it. So now this is how it's going to be. Inside, under this table, we are going to have another TR. We are going to have another TR. The TH actually is going to be inside the TR, just like the TD is also inside the TR. So it's going to be like this. So like I said, we denote it with the tag TH, which stands for the table header. So I'm just going to enter. But now this table H or table header is going to have what we know as scope. It's going to have what is, you can see when I was saying it can denote whether it's a call group, a row, or row group. This is the 4 values we have here. But for this thing we are doing right now, for this tutorial, we're going to be using call, which is actually the most popular. It actually denotes that whatever we are doing here relates to the column value. We can also have the row value here. So here now we are going to have items. Okay, so I'm going to, since we have 4 columns here, that means we're also going to have 4 table head here. Sorry. So we just write H, click enter. And here we have it. We have the first one, items, availability, the quantity, and the price. So let's go ahead and view this on our web page and see how it renders. Okay, so this is what we have. We have items, we have the availability, which says in stock, we have the quantity, and we have the price. So this is what the TH, known as the table header, does. The next thing we are going to be talking about is the table structure. There are actually a very few additional elements that will help us to organize this our table, this our data and structure of our table very well, so that it will look more presentable. And those ones include the caption, the T-head, the T-body, and the T-foot. But I'm going to stop here for today. We can just go ahead and keep practicing. Drop any questions you have. I will meet you in the next class, where I'm going to continue with our table structure. And we're also going to talk about creating borders in our table. And that will be all for this section. If you have any questions, drop that in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon to get notified whenever we drop a new video. See you in the next section. Bye.